come in here today and really kind of take a step back and introduce to you myself and who I am as a financial coach and what exactly is it that I do. Sorry if it seems like I'm a little bit late. I actually went live and I was just kind of talking to myself, and then I realized I never hit the button to go live. So forgive me, I'm a little late today. But again, I wanted to talk to you about what is a financial coach exactly, and the difference between a financial coach and other financial professionals out there, because there are a lot of different financial professionals around. So just to talk to you a little bit about what it is that I do and also what I don't do. Okay, so for starters, as a financial coach, I work with people, ideally short term, in order to kind of get you where you're in a place where things are kind of moving along like clockwork for you, and you're ready to start meeting goals and moving on to additional goals, where you would then maybe be working with your financial advisor or financial planner or other financial professionals. So again, it's kind of a short term thing to be working with a financial coach in order to just sort of get your ducks in a row so that you're ready to kind of move on to the next step. One of the first things that I talk to clients about is setting goals. So you want to make sure that you've got goals that you're working towards. And most often for me, the people I'm working with, we're talking about getting out of debt. And then there's also a lack of savings there, which is kind of a double-edged sword. So we want to kind of look at both of those things in order to beef up your savings so that you don't have to continue using credit and debt if you're dealing with basic emergencies. Then I want to help you get a realistic picture of where you are currently spending your money. And so this is where I like to say it's just numbers. There's no emotions in the numbers, but if you want to know where your priorities are, look at where you're spending your money. And that's going to really tell exactly, what kind of picture you've got. So I'm not the type of person that's going to tell you where you need to shave things or stop spending money here or there. For all I know, if you're going to Starbucks once a day, maybe that's where you meet your sponsor. I have no idea, and it's not my business. That's your business. So you get to be the one to decide what stays in your spending plan and what goes, or what gets shifted for a little while. Sometimes things just need to shift for a short period of time until you start to meet these goals that you're setting for yourself. And so we talk about different ways to strategize and different tips and things like that. But you're in the driver's seat. I'm alongside you throughout the way so that we can talk about, any difficult conversations that you need to have with other people in your life. If you need to understand how to navigate certain things that are coming up for you, maybe you've got, aging parents or, sick children or sick animals, things like that, that sort of are detours on your path. I mean, life is just not a straight line, and it's not the same for all of us. And a budget isn't going to be a monthly budget the same every month in and out, unless you kind of live in a bubble and you don't have any outside influences and nothing ever goes awry. But I know that wasn't my life, and it's probably not yours either. So I really want to help people just sort of figure out how to navigate through these things that come up, but still stay on track, right? And staying on track is one of the hardest things to do, and I definitely understand that. So just checking in to make sure that you all are okay here. Great. So I will definitely, like I said, kind of put you in the driver's seat, but help you strategize as much as possible. I do want to make sure to say that before I sort of shift gears and talk about other financial professionals, I don't sell any investments or life insurance, but I do want to make sure that you are well informed on these things before you go meet with another financial professional. So for example, I'm going to tell you what are the differences between whole life insurance and term life insurance so that you're better informed when you go meet with someone who's going to talk to you about selling insurance, that you know the right questions to ask in order to find the best product that's going to fit your needs. It's always been kind of a pet peeve of mine whenever I hear people talk about, meeting, we met with a financial planner, but I just kind of let that guy do his thing. And I'm thinking, that's your money. You need to know exactly what it is that they're doing, and you need to make sure that you're checking in with them frequently, that they're checking in with you, and you understand completely what decisions have been made with your money and why, right? So I want to make sure that you have that information and that you're well informed on that. I, much like many other financial professionals, will and probably should be referring out to other professionals for certain things. So while I can do bookkeeping until my face turns blue, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a CPA. And so if you had very specific, tax questions, I'm going to refer that out to an accountant. And I'm going to also help you find where you can find a reputable accountant as well. Same goes for legal, like estate planning attorneys, investments, insurance. Again, I'm not licensed to sell those, nor do I give investment advice. I'm not registered to do so, so I don't do that. But I will help you understand, there's so many things, right? There's stocks and bonds and mutual funds and real estates and all kinds of different things that you can invest in. So we can talk about the basics so that you are well informed before you go talk to somebody else. So with financial advisors and planners, there are a lot of little letters that follow their names. And so I actually went to a website this morning and I wrote these down because I thought I'm pretty deeply ingrained into the financial space and there's quite a bit that I know, but even I was taken aback by some of these. The person was a CFP, an AEP, a CLU, and a CHFC, which I do know CHFC is a Chartered Financial Consultant, Certified Financial Planner, CFP. But AEP and CLU, I had no idea what those were, right? And you may not either. And so my point is ask, what does that mean? And it's really not just like, what does that mean to them as the professional? What does it mean to you? Because typically these designations have some bearing on how it is that they will work with you. So you want to make sure that you know those things as well too. I will say, and this pertains to the United States, I don't know about other countries, but in the United States, if somebody is giving you investment advice, so specifically saying you should invest in this thing because it's going to give you higher returns or something like that, they have to be registered as a registered investment advisor. So RIA is what you might see. And a lot of websites for financial planners, financial advisors, if you scroll to the bottom, you're going to see a ton of disclaimers. And usually it's information that's telling you how they are registered and where they're registered. You can also check through where they're registered to see, if there's any complaints lodged against them, all that type of thing. You want to really be well informed. So they also must be licensed to sell insurance or investment products. So you do just want to make sure that if you are working with someone who is going down that path, that they need to be licensed to do so as well too. It's not very often, but sometimes they will wear multiple hats. So you may have a certified public accountant who is also registered as a financial advisor. And so they may do both of those things, and that's fine. You always just want to make sure that they are acting in your best interest. That's what we call a fiduciary, right? You want to make sure that they're not saying, I think that whole life insurance is the only way to go, and this is what you should buy, okay? Because they may be getting a kickback from that. It may not be the best investment for you. It may be the best investment for you, but you have to understand why. So you want to make sure to ask questions and make sure that they're acting in your best interest, not because they're getting some sort of a kickback from, a company that wants them to sell only their insurance, something like that, right? So you just want to make sure that you know. And I really think that the key takeaway is ask a lot of questions. After I go live, I'm going to post a follow-up where I will have a freebie that you can get if you would like, and it is just questions to ask when meeting with a financial professional. So I'm going to have that at terislater.com/interview. And it's just a free guide that you can get printed out and take it with you. And it just has like a one-page list of questions that you can ask to make sure that you understand who it is that you're working with, and that their ideals align with yours as well too. And if someone's not a good fit, don't stick around with them, right? Just because maybe your dad said you should see my guy doesn't mean that your dad's guy is the right guy for you. So if you don't care for somebody and you don't feel like it's the relationship that you want in a financial professional, feel free to change. You can absolutely do that. All right. So again, I'm just checking. I don't see any questions. So I'll wrap that up for now. Don't hesitate. If you have other questions that you would like me to answer, please just type that in. I'll be checking, in the comments field below this video, and I will respond to all of your questions. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.